Hi. Question. What if the majestic, heroic, immersive music of Skyrim was instead written for single-minded, bloodfest gameplay like Doom Eternal? Well, now there's an answer because I, Geoffrey, why am I still not eligible for that play button, Day, have made a cover song that when listened to in-game, your dragonborn hero will instantly learn a spell called BFG 10,000. It does exactly what you think it does. This video was brought to you in part by my wonderful Majestic patrons, and this absolutely maximum angry thumbnail art was provided by the infinitely talented Kina. Her links are in the description below. Go check out her other work. I personally have played a ton of Skyrim, and in preparation for this video, I played more Skyrim, which is why it took so long to finish this video, but it's gonna be a ton of fun, so let's get into it. Skyrim's music is majestic, immersive, mystical, beautiful, vast, and most of all, super f***ing the opposite of Doom Eternal. I really wish there was more to say about the technical aspects of the soundtrack, but aside from it being written incredibly well, it's 99% cinematic, orchestral, strings, woodwinds, horns, there's a piano, very Viking. But no worries, there's a bunch of hearty chanting men to give it more of an ancient Scandinavian aesthetic. The soundtrack as a whole gives me like John Williams vibes, maybe? I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a little trouble getting inspired to find a direction for this cover song. So to fix that, there's only one thing to do that makes sense. Okay, how do I put this? Over the last few days, I ruined Skyrim, and now it plays like Doom Eternal. That's right. All right, let me show you what I did. Okay, formal demo. First, what you need to do is get green spacesuit gauntlets and a nice Doom helmet overlay. Then create a mod that casts a permanent spell to make run speed extremely fast. Get another mod that adds a huge double jump. The movement is very important in Doom. Add another mod that turns off all of those VAT-style kill moves. We don't really want those. You need mods that make every animation and dialogue happen in first person. And then to simulate dashing, we make the whirlwind sprint shout recharge almost instantly. Okay, moving on. We need a sword, and the Crucible mod exists, so install that. At this point, you'll notice that Skyrim doesn't let you attack while you're jumping, which doesn't make any sense for Doom, so let's install a mod that fixes that. Cool. Now, of course, we need guns. So with a little trial and error, I managed to take a mod called Junk's Guns and replace some of the meshes with my badly painted low-poly versions of Doom guns. I present to you the Super Shotgun, and also we have the Chain Gun. They look a little funny because, as you know, there are no guns in Skyrim, so the author of Junk's Guns was a genius, and he found a way to retrofit the staff spellcast animation. Technically, each one of these guns is a magical staff that shoots bullets? Hey, it works. Now, here's some quality of life stuff you can add. I found a mod that makes enemies glow to make them easier to see while I'm moving so incredibly fast. I also found a mod that takes the unrelenting force shout and turns up the knockback to basically maximum. Doom Guy is notorious for saying very few words, so if he has to say words, they should blow people away. Okay, that's it. Add your own custom music and have fun. I sure am having fun, cause it's like 3 a.m. I really should have finished the song by now. But I'm inspired! Oh, get wrecked. If you've ever played Oblivion, this is like max athleticism. I can't stop! Okay, shutting it off after tonight. Can somebody do the transition thing while I play for like 2 more minutes? Thank you! Hello, we have in fact started the music. While I was modding, I ripped out all of the combat music from the game. It turns out there are these loops, and then there's this finale part, but when I replaced them with some of my covers, I noticed that the loop sort of like fades out completely, and then the finale fades in completely. It's not as seamless as how Doom Eternal did it. Anyway, since I put all of my covers out of context on the internet, and since I like big standout themes, I think the main Dragonborn song is probably the winner here. You know, the one that goes like, Dovahkiin, 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 Dovahkiin. I don't know the rest of the words. So some totally new software here. I'm using Aurora DSP Rhino for guitars this time. For an 8-string guitar, I'm on the fence if I like it. but it's nothing some extra EQ can't fix. The singers are a big part of the Skyrim main theme, so I actually tried some fake heavy metal choir vocals using distortion. I mixed down a song version with that. I didn't really like it. Some other folks said it sounded kinda weird, so sadly, this one is going to be an instrumental. Next time though, now for those Norse instruments. This is what I think Skyrim needed just a little more of. Not too much obviously because it's a fantasy land like Morrowind or Cyrodiil, but just a sprinkle. This is a
Tagelharpa.
It's kind of like a Norse, viola, maybe? But it kinda sounds like a scratchy didgeridoo. Someone made a bigger one, and they call it a Tagelharpa cello, and that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna take a sample of just the regular one, though, and put it on top of the guitars for some texture. I sampled another old instrument called a lure. It's basically a valveless horn, since that's all there was until the 1800s, and what I managed to sample was a very clean tone. This horn sounds so clean, in fact, that I probably could have just used a synthesizer. Time to get doomy. Let's get the electronic stuff in there. Doom doesn't have any orchestral drums, but Doom Guy is tearing through Skyrim, so maybe, Well, would ya look at that? Took a while to bake, but I think this one is finally done, maybe even a little crispy. You ready to hear it? Without further ado, Dragonborn, the Skyrim main theme in the style of Doom Eternal. Enjoy. So look, would you rocket launcher a frost dragon to this song? Let me know in the comments below. Fun fact, I couldn't figure out how to port the Praetor suit into Skyrim, so those green arms that you see, they're actually from a model of a Space Marine from Warhammer 40,000. To Zero, if you're watching, thank you for the last minute paint job help. If it wasn't for you, all that footage would have had some blue arms, and that's not what he looks like. I upload all of my songs to Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else, so check the pinned comment or the video description for places to buy and or stream. If you want to more directly support my work and these videos, as well as get access to the deep dives and stems for this song, plus a bunch of other stuff, please consider becoming a patron. What you're looking at on screen right now are people who are currently taking advantage of these benefits, and to all of my patrons, thank you a million for your continued support. 2 things on the way. Obviously, Metal Gear Rising is going to happen. I read all your comments. I'm working on it. I have been playing it too, actually, but I know you want vocals, so that's gonna take a little longer. So in the meantime, my immediately next cover is gonna be something a little more square, rectangular, cubical? You'll see what I mean, but until then, I've been Geoffrey Day. You've been something to shout about, and I hope you're back again for the next video. See ya.